88 Films have this little section on their website which I call the panic button. They call it last chance, and I'm always checking out there for movies that may be going out of print that I don't want to miss out on. Aenigma is one of those movies, which is number 23 in the Italian collection. Came out in 1987 and it was directed by the fantastic Lucio Fulci, one of his later entries in his career. And it's a movie that feels like a mix of several other movies. It feels a little bit like Carrie, feels a little bit like Patrick, maybe even a little of Suspiria about it, and definitely a little bit of Phenomena as well. And it kind of melds all these together in a terrific fashion, and it opens up with the start of this horror movie in the way that so many great horror movies start, and that is a prank gone wrong. They have this girl who they set up for something. They're chasing her about the woods. She gets knocked over and ends up in a coma. Then we have another girl who's transferring to this school, and she is somewhat possessed by the spirit of this woman who is in a coma, and she's out for revenge against all the students that belittled and bullied her. And that's the basic setup of this one. And I think it's a really fun kind of mystery movie with some wonderful set pieces of gore and ickiness and just plain ugh moments. And for me, the standout scene within this one was most definitely the slug scene. And it goes on for way longer than I expected. It's definitely cringe-inducing. It is horrifying to see. It's filmed fantastically well, and it is just plain disgusting. But that's, not what the movie just has. It's not just about the effects and the gore. It actually has some interesting set pieces within it itself. There is a wonderful moment with one of the guys is attacked by a reflection of himself, and it's exceptionally well done. It looks terrific, and we have a lot of these characters that are set up within this school. We have a couple of the girls that were really, pretty much bullies to this other character, mocking her, tearing her down because she was a little bit different. We get some nice, almost red herring type characters, because there is this woman who's a kind of cleaner about the place that always pops up, who just looks like the creepy old guy in horror movies that warns you that you're gonna die. And she's just there, and it feels odd to have a red herring when we know who's behind all of this from the start of the movie. But Aenigma was really well done. It's not exceptional. It doesn't do anything to elevate it above these kind of supernatural Giallo type movies, but it does enough to make itself stand out from the crowd a little bit. Not just because of the slug scene, but because of other fashions as well. And I liked a lot of the colour that's used within the movie. I liked the way it had a decent production value, and it seemed to have a thought out plot. It seems to be more structure in this one rather than some of the Italian movies where they feel as if they've been thrown together on the cheap. This one feels as if it's had a lot of thought. The effects are wonderful. As I've mentioned, you get that typical Fulci over the top yuckiness, but it's based within the constructs of this rather solid story that they have, rather than people, for the most part. Of course, the person in the coma gets figured out at some point, and even now I'm still like, how did they manage that? But it works. It works terrifically well, and it's just a really punchy supernatural Giallo movie that I can wholeheartedly recommend. I've heard not great things about the later of Fulci's career, and coming to it with a rather blank slate and just taking the movie for what it was, I found it to be really rewarding and something that I really did enjoy. I'd love to know your thoughts on Aenigma. Let me know in the comment box below. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.